everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Nicole and I am a part-time reseller on Poshmark, and today I want to talk about some live show sale updates. So a lot of you know and a lot of you participate in the live shows that are on Poshmark called Posh shows, and there have been a lot of updates in the past couple of months, including in the last couple of weeks, that have really helped change the Posh shows game for a lot of people. So I just wanted to make a video talking about all those updates and explain them if you haven't, if you're not aware of them already. I know a lot of these actually came out recently and I was actually confused on how they worked, so these are all really great, and if you do Posh shows and you participate in them, these are features you definitely want to know how to use. So stick around and make sure that you continue watching. And also, if you want to know, if you haven't done any Posh shows and you want to know more about how to do a Posh show, I have a couple of videos on Posh shows specifically, and some tutorial based stuff, and just some pros and cons of a silent versus a live sale. So if you want to check those out, you can go ahead and check out those videos. I'll have them linked below. But yeah, let's get right into today's video. Okay, so the newest update that I actually saw recently, come to my screen this week, was for exclusive show pricing. So this is basically for when you're pricing an item in the live sale, instead of doing an auction base, you can do buy now. And so basically this just gives you an exclusive price that you can offer during your show. Say you have multiple items that are the exact same but in different sizes. So you could offer specific prices so you don't have to auction them. So you can just say, okay, this item with this size, I'm going to auction now. And so it's a little bit easier than people having to, wait the 30 seconds for the bid to end. So it kind of works very similar to the bid in a sense of they place they place the order, they hit buy now, and then it goes through, and you can continue, going through the show. And so I think this is just a great feature if you have multiple items of the same, design, and they're the exact same except a different color or different size or something like that. I think this would work really great for that kind of situation. And I also think it works good just in general, because if you don't want to run your item on a bid and you just want to give an exclusive show price during the show, you can do that. So a lot of people start their bids really low and then hope that they go up. But if you start with your buy now exclusive show price, it can be different than your listing price, and it could still be better than a bid if you don't think you're going to get a lot of bids. So definitely take advantage of this buy now button. It's right next to the auction button. So instead of hitting an auction item and then setting your price, you would just hit buy now, and then it would basically give you the same thing. So it would say, what price do you want to set this at? And it would tell you your earnings if you were to earn off of that one item. The next update is actually doing a share live. So you can actually feature somebody else in your live if you want to do like a co-live with someone. So how this works is you basically tap on their name and invite them to join your show, and they can do pretty much everything that you can do during the show, even if they are not the host. So this is just great because I know a lot of people don't like going live themselves and they kind of get like, antsy in front of the camera. I totally understand. I am the exact same way. And so I personally, if I'm ever going to do an actual live again, I will definitely do it with somebody else. But you can do this for both the silent live and the actual live, and you can kind of just do it with somebody else. You can kind of chit chat back and forth, and I think it just makes it a more smooth show, because I feel like you're just not like talking to yourself when you do that. So I think this would be a great feature for you to use. And so all you have to do is invite them in, and then they can accept, and then they can feature their listings from their closet just like you can as well. And what's great about this is you can kind of set who you want to join your show as a co-host with you. So this is not just open to anyone. You kind of have to give permission to certain closets to do that. So if you are afraid that you have a large audience and you don't want just random people trying to, host your show, you select the users that you want to join your show with you, and then you click on their handle, and then you can invite them in that way. So it's not just going to invite, anyone random to host with you. So if you don't want to do that and you just want to share together but in like a different way, you could also auction off their listings for them if they want to send you listings. A lot of people do this. They'll do like a selling yours and mine kind of thing. So this is also a great way to do it if the other person doesn't want to like actively, be in the show with you and they don't want to like host. All they have to do is you can either accept a request to auction their item from them, or you can go into their bundle and add the item yourself manually on a second device. So how the first one works is you have to turn on the setting in your Posh show. So there's like a 3-dot menu, and you turn on the accept auction items from, other people. You turn that on, and then people can directly send them to you via the show. So they would pick their listing, and then it would ask them if they want to share their listing to the show. And so you can do that directly. So I think that's the most straightforward way, and I think that would be the most effective way. But if you can't figure out how to do that, you could always find their item if they, send it to you via their bundle, or if you like the item, or if you go into their closet and just find the item. You can pull it in yourself just by pulling it in, like you would your own listing. So you can just click add to show. And both of these work really well. And for both of these cases, you have to, as the host, you have to click, request to auction, and then they're going to set the price. So they do have to be in the live with you. They can't be, not actually participating, because they have to set their auction price. So if you pull their items in, they need to be there to auction them off. And I've seen in some selling yours and mine shows where somebody will auction off somebody else's item, but they're not in the show. So if you tag the user to join again, they should join, and then you can auction off their items by clicking request to auction, and then they can respond on their screen. There's a little blurb in the bottom right corner that says auction item, and then you set that price, and then it would run for the time frame that you set. Okay, so using the polls feature in the shows is also another really great feature. This was actually released a couple months ago, but it's really helpful because for me, I find that, like, if I'm continuing to just say, what size are you looking for? What size are you looking for? What categories are you looking for? Like, people don't really respond to that as much, but people really do respond when you ask them what category they're looking for or what size they're looking for in a poll form. So you can go to the 3-dot menu, like I mentioned before, and you can go create poll. And so you can set this to whatever poll you want. So if you're doing brand specific, you can say what brands are you looking for. You can ask what categories, like tops, pants, skirts, anything like that. You can say what sizes are you looking for. I generally do a size poll because I find, I have so many random brands that, like, I don't go based on brand, but a lot of people do certain brands and then they'll, go from there. So I find that the polls are really helpful. They can just select it, select their size, select their category, and then they can minimize it so it doesn't take up the whole screen. And then you can just see as people come in, they can answer the poll. So it shows up right away. So polls are a great way to communicate with the people during your show and not have to bog down the chat with what size are you looking for, what category you're looking for, etc. Okay, so the clearing the chat feature. So this is actually a new thing that I've seen recently. I haven't, I didn't play around with it too much until this past week where I was getting some, really random messages in my chat and I didn't really know, what to do with them. So I ended up thinking that the person was like a scammer or like, it seemed weird. So I ended up just actually tapping on their name in the show, and I reported their comment or something like that. Like, you just click report, and that will actually give you the option to select why you're reporting it. So if you're selecting it as spam, harassment, anything like that, and then once you do that, it'll actually pop up a menu saying, do you want to clear the chat? And so this it makes it so it's not distracting for other people in your show, so people don't just see the chat. And so I found that really helpful because it cleared the miscommunication that this person was providing, because I could tell that other people in the show were confused. So if you click yes, it will clear everything in the chat. Now, if you have people that are telling you what sizes they're looking for in the chat and you have important information in the chat, then I would not click clear chat, but it would be helpful if you didn't really have a lot going on already and you had someone commenting a bunch of weird things. You can just remove the chat as simply as that, and it will clear the chat and make it fresh again. Okay, so there has been an update to show tags. So show tags are something that you assign when you create the show to try and draw people in. So you can say low start, you can say clothing, you can say women's, you can say Barbie inspired, like all these different things. And now there has been an update to the popular show tags showing up at the top. So if you want to select them, you know that those are going to be the more popular selected tags. So this is just going to help you maybe draw in more people to your show, and I think this is great because it's going to help you if you have an issue, getting more people to join. Okay, so this next feature is actually pretty interesting, and until I was doing the research for this video, I didn't even know this feature existed, but I definitely think I'm going to start using it because it seems like it could be really beneficial. So there is a way to do a preview for your live shows. So it's like a preview video that basically shows up. So like as of now, I've just been uploading like a picture, but now you could actually put like a little preview video so you can show certain items that you want to highlight. Maybe that could draw some people in. So I think it's actually a really great feature to definitely use if you haven't already. And I think this could really help you draw in some people, or if you're doing like a really nice giveaway or something in your video, then I think that this would be a great way to tell everybody and show them, hey, this is what I'm giving away. You definitely want to join my video or my live to, you know, potentially win this item. So definitely start using this photo option or the video option. I think I'm definitely going to give it a go and see if it works out for me. Okay, so the next feature that's really important with Posh shows is the bundle feature, which is basically a bundle shipping option. So this one is great because not only do the buyer get a better deal having to only pay shipping once, but it actually works out for you because then you have less like different orders to pack. And when Posh shows first started, there was no like bundle options, so each individual item would be a separate shipping label. So now they have changed that, and so now everything that one person buys in a show is under one shipping label. And so that is really great, and I think you have to be a little careful though, because sometimes like if they buy more than a couple items, the package may go over the weight, and I've actually had that happen several times. But they are actually releasing a feature soon where they're going to offer multiple shipping labels for, you know, one bundle. So like you could have 2 labels for one order. That's going to make it so the item is, if it's over 5 pounds, you can ship it all out together in like 2 separate boxes. I don't know if that actually has been released yet. I don't think it has, but if it has, you know, before I get this video up, definitely keep your eye out for that, because I know so many people, including myself, end up selling packages over 5 pounds, and instead of having to upgrade the shipping label every single time, this is a great way to handle that going forward. Another great feature is actually sending viewers to another show. So once you've completed your show, if you want to if you have a large audience on your show and you want to send them over to a friend's show or somebody else's show, you can actually do that. So when you click end show, there's an option that says send viewers to another show, and then you can pick the show that you want. So you could type in a username, or you can see popular shows. And I think that's just a great way to spread the Posh love and just give somebody else in the community a shot. Give them the viewers that you had. Maybe those viewers are still interested in buying things. I think this is a great feature that they have, and it really just shows support from one Posher to another. So the next 2 are things that really were exciting for me. I think these are things that are really going to be beneficial to sellers that do lives. So the first one is the seller report. So this comes up at the end of every sale that you do. So it basically just gives you a report of how many active people you had, what was your peak number of viewers that you had, the number of sales you made during the live, and stuff like that. So this is great to be able to kind of see your show to show numbers, to see how your shows have been performing. And so I think having this report is really helpful and could be really beneficial for people. And then the next one is actually the ability to be able to do a live show on a computer. So this was something that wasn't available before, and it recently has become available. And it's really exciting because a lot of people don't have like an iPad with a phone, or they have like a computer. So now if you don't have an iPad, you can still do the show on a phone and a computer together. And so like I actually use my computer now a lot to do my lives, and I'll pull in the items on my phone. I find that to be the easiest. But you could actually do the full-on show from your computer, and I find that to be so much easier sometimes than typing like, you know, on my small phone. So if you don't have a second device like an iPad or something, this is a great way. If you have a computer, you can now do the lives from the computer as well. Okay, so these are all the updates I wanted to talk about in today's video. These are all the different live show updates that have been released in the last couple of months, including the last week or so. So let me know if you use any of these features, and let me know if you even do a lot of live sales. I've been really starting to do them more. I find that they have been helping me sell things, and I think they can be really beneficial if you use them right. So let me know down below if you use the shows, and if you think you're going to use any of these features, or if any of these features excite you, or let me know if you just don't like Posh shows. I know a lot of people don't, and I think a lot of people think that they are really killing their sales, and so yeah, I want to just hear your opinions down below on all things Posh shows. And like I mentioned, if you want to see another video on Posh shows and a how-to, or anything related to Posh shows, the different, you know, between a silent and a live, and how to do both, you can click both of these videos right here. These are 2 videos that I do based on all things live shows, so they're going to help you with the tips and tricks. This is just more of an updates, so if you haven't even dove into live sales yet and you just got access, definitely watch these 2 videos first. But until next time, I will see you then.